But now, where shall I secure it? Onto the handrail? Yes. What is that? Is that normal? Is that to be expected? Or will it not separate, or will it stay? You can take the other side of the hook of the same tether to the MLM. All right, let me do that. Let me stretch it out. And for right now, you can use a wire tie and take the MLA cover that you've removed from the ring. Will do. Just you don't need to turn down the ring to the very end. So shall we keep it? Here? Yes. You should take the MLI cover that you have previously removed from the ring and put it on the wire tie. Okay, just hold it for right now. I'll take the wrench. Holding. All right. Where is your cover? It's right here. Hold it. Hold it. We should take some spare batteries for the EVAs. It's a good lesson. Otherwise, we'll be working on the injector. All right. It is secured with a wire tie, the soft MLI, and let me take another hook on this end. All right. You have this tether, and where is it attached to? For the time being, it's going downwards. So will the ring be staying close by on the handrail? Yes. That is correct. All right, then. It's done, and we are removing it. So how many safety tethers do you have? Let me see, 2. One on the camera and one for the bundle, and then that we copy. Then remove the ring. Try to put the ring back on and do 2 turns. Denis, so I'm going to unhook yours.
The 2 cosmonauts are continuing to work on the removal of thermal insulation and the removal of a launch restraint mechanism from end effector number 2 on the European robotic arm, one of 2 identical hands or end effectors on opposite ends of the 36-foot-long arm that is attached to the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module. We're at the 1 hour 30-minute mark into the spacewalk for today, planned for about 6 hours and 45 minutes. The major objective is the continuing outfitting of the European robotic arm with the installation of cameras, the testing of a torque mechanism on both of the 2 end effectors of that arm, and the relocation of an external control panel on the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module to which the arm is affixed.
Transportation tether, so it's closer to the MLM shell. We'll do it. Let's see. Sergey. Now we need to use the valve or the flap. Yes, and then you need to you need to close the MLI on this side, closer to the edge. Yes, I've got something like this. It's pretty narrow. Is that it? Yes, but it has not been secured yet. All right. Let me secure it in place first. It's possible on your spacesuit you will have a message saying that your voltage is low. So once it falls below 25, you get a message generated. Yours should be 25.2. No, it shows 25.8. All right, Oleg. In that case, please press on. On this side, then? From this side? Yes. So I am disconnecting the connector on this side. So give me this fabric, this flap. It's interesting, isn't it? Oh, I guess we should have turned it to the opposite side, but the helmets are on this side. But do we have Velcro on the other side?
The camera numbers for the helmet cameras that we offered earlier actually are reversed for the cosmonauts. This is the view from Denis Matveev as he works
right arm
at one of the two elbow areas of the European robotic arm, along with Oleg Artemyev, the Expedition 67 commander.
Even in case we need to adjust. So the ring has been removed, the MLI flap is down, so what do we do next? We copy all Oleg. So the ring has been secured. Could you please secure it with the help of the wire ties to the nearby handrail? So we could clearly leave the ring there for some time. What else do we need to do? The start ring, the one that you've taken down, we can put it on the equipment tether closer to the MLM. So we want to make sure they have 2 points to secure them. You should have time. Okay, now I understand the requirement. Thank you, Oleg. And Denis, you can translate to handrail 4114, where you were observing the translation of the manipulator. Will do. Let me just hook and unhook. I'm not holding to anything. That's the end. Thank you. So the ring has been secured with the wire tie. Oleg, that sounds great. Thank you so much. So let's translate to handrail 4114. And we are monitoring your progress.
This is Mission Control Houston. The two cosmonauts are back on the timeline, having made up for lost time at the beginning of the spacewalk that began a few minutes behind schedule. Now 1 hour 36 minutes into the spacewalk. At the bottom of your screen, basically, is Oleg Artemyev wearing the Orlan suit with the red stripes. At the top of your screen, Denis Matveev, his spacewalking partner, in the Orlan suit with the blue stripes. They have installed one of 2 cameras on the elbow areas of the European robotic arm and have removed thermal insulation and a launch restraint from one of the 2 end effectors or hands at opposite ends of the arm. Now they'll wait for Sergei Korsakov inside the Russian segment of the station to maneuver the arm into the right configuration and orientation to enable them to install the second of the 2 elbow cameras called Camera Light Unit number 3 on the European robotic arm.
Copy, Oleg. Oleg, era is nominal. That is excellent. Good news.
Олег, Денис, теперь отдыхаем.
Oleg, we're taking a break. And Oleg,
Напряжение скафандра.
what is the voltage for the suit? 25.6. 25.6.
Transitioning now for a moment to a wider view of the Naoka Multipurpose Laboratory Module.
Getting a little tired.
The extended European robotic arm in the foreground, and above it, the two cosmonauts who are working to retrieve equipment for the installation of the second of the two camera light unit elbow cameras that will provide good visual cues in the future for spacewalking tasks outside of the Naoka Multipurpose Laboratory Module.
Денис, можно я еще разочек тебя спрошу?
Denis, can I ask one more time?
Два файла страховочных, правильно?
We have two safety tethers on the bundle. Is that correct? Let me double check, but that's what I believe.
Он второй у тебя сзади. А он у тебя, ты в него залез просто. Вот, два.
You just got in between them. That's why you only see one on each side. But there are actually two tethers.
Завернулся за ноги.
They just wrapped.
A good view from Oleg Artemyev's helmet camera as the International Space Station flies 260 statute miles above the North Atlantic, about to begin a northwest to southeasterly trajectory that will carry the International Space Station and its crew members across the northwest coast of Africa.
It's kind of easier to carry around because it doesn't flail around as you walk. Yeah, just double hook it and that looks good. That's a good config.
Ключ, который ER4, которым мы протягивали камеру, он у нас на поручне второй камеры, правильно?
And
Ну да.
the
Хорошо.
Так, а после того, как мы поставим камеру, куда мы его деваем?
safety tether is attached to, or the equipment tether is attached to the camera. So when we change out and install the new camera, what are we going to do with it? We're going to put it back inside the crew log bag. Because we might need it when we start working with other equipment. Namely the R&R of the glass caps, protective glass caps. Okay.
Единственная камера, не видишь?
Вижу.
С какого боку?
Ну, слева больше.
Ну,
Слева больше.
вот она, да?
Вот, создайте быстро.
Запутался?
Не, нормально.
Это, наверное, когда ключ трещотка, понимал?
Here it is. I think that's the ratchet wrench.
Олег.
Да.
Oleg?
Тумблер, основной насос включен или как?
Can you check your primary pump power switch and see if it's on or not? It's off because I'm conserving electricity. Copy.
Не перегревайся.
But make sure you don't overheat.
Нормально.
So far, so good. I don't feel uncomfortable, especially because of the low voltage. Yeah. We usually get a message voltage low at 25 volts. However, that's very conservative. We still have a lot of margin. Oh, that makes sense.
А какой у нас самый большой потребитель?
Олег, ты меня спросил? Я не разобрал.
Да. Какой самый большой потребитель в скафандре?
So, what's the biggest power consuming component of the Orlan suit?
А какой меньше
I
расходует? Резервный или
would probably guess it's the fan.
Примерно одинаковый. Вентиляторы стоят параллельно.
The fans are installed in parallel, so they're pretty much drawing equal power.
подскочило? Стало 25.7.
Yeah, but for some reason it just rose to 25.7.
Олег, Денис, начинается движение манипулятора.
Okay, guys. Sergey is starting to move the arm, so please keep your eyes on the arm motion. Okay? How are we doing on the timeline, Sergey?
Олег, повтори еще раз, пожалуйста.
How are we doing on the timeline?
Олег, еще раз неразборчиво.
Oleg.
Нет, мы пока идем на 15 минут с опережением.
Right now, we're about 15 minutes ahead of the timeline. Well, that's not bad.
This is Mission Control Houston, 1 hour, 51 minutes into today's spacewalk. The view from Oleg Artemyev's helmet camera, looking at Denis Matveev as the two work through the next task of today's spacewalk, the 252nd in support of assembly maintenance and upgrades of the International Space Station. The next item on the docket is the installation of the second of two camera light unit elbow cameras for the European robotic arm. The first of those two cameras installed as the first task right off the bat today, followed by the removal of thermal insulation and a launch restraint ring from one of the two end effectors or hands on the European robotic arm.
Олег, Денис, сейчас будет включаться лазер на манипуляторе, на камерах. Не смотрите в сторону камер манипулятора.
Denis and Oleg, here's a warning for you. We're about to turn on the laser on the cameras, so please look away from the arm and the arm cameras. Copy?
Олег, Денис, начинаем перемещение в зону установки камеры КЛУ-3.
Oleg, let's start translating to the next work site where you will be installing CLU-3.
Есть, да?
Можешь мой потом перецепить?
Давай. Давай.
Can you hold this for me while I move to the other side? Okay.
Так, на какой поручень идем?
Which handrail are we going to?
Так, ну что, камеру.
The camera.
Камеру говоришь. Камеру говоришь.
Did you say camera?
Камеру, правильно?
So you're in the area where the camera needs to be installed?
Тогда приступаем к установке. Олег, ты
Yes, we're trying to assume the working position.
чехол FT. Денис, а ты извлекай камеру.
Okay, go ahead and open the MLI flap, Oleg, under which the connector is located. And Denis, in the meantime, you can start removing the covers from the cameras you brought with you.
Куда этот ключ ERA4? Так, куда этот ключ ERA4?
Да это потом. Давай сначала это камеру поставим, потом уже будем.
What about your 4? How about we with other things later? Okay.
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours into today's spacewalk. Artemyev and Matveev continue to work very efficiently in the process of installing the second of 2 elbow cameras for camera and light units on the 36-foot-long European robotic arm that's on the Naoka Multipurpose Laboratory module. The spacewalk got underway at 8:53 a.m. Central Time, 9:53 a.m. Eastern Time, a few minutes behind the timeline, but the crew has made up for lost time and is running slightly ahead of the phased elapsed time, the duration of the spacewalk as we speak. This is the 7th spacewalk in Oleg Artemyev's career, the 3rd for Matveev, the 4th spacewalk for Expedition 67, and the 7th spacewalk conducted out of the International Space Station this year.
Okay, then I definitely need a heavy artillery here. I'm going to use a range. Make sure you orient it in the direction of the handrail. Yeah, but I need to rotate my body 180 degrees so that my feet end up where my head is right now. And you have the camera with you? Yes, I'm holding it in my hands. Okay. All right. I'm in possession of it. Do you have a grapple on it? I do. Excellent.
Олег, напоминаю, болт 2, 4, 5.
Да.
Oleg, just a reminder, 2, 4, and 5. Yes, I remember.
Так. Номер 2 завернул.
Number 2 is tightened. Copy, Oleg.
Так, если встретишь этого человека, который болты такие делал. Хороший человек или не очень? Не трогай его. Он мой.
I'd like to look into the eyes of the person who actually manufactured and made these bolts. Would you say it was a good person or not? No, he's mine, Denis. That guy is definitely mine. Well, I got one. Okay, now I need to have the wing nut. And set the range for tightening.
Сейчас протягиваем момент. Не, мы уже в криву раздвигаем.
What are you doing right now, guys? We are working with the Strela now. Oh, wait. Oleg, 3 minutes to eclipse. Okay. I don't know if it's good or bad.
Все, протянули 3 болта.
Okay, 3 bolts are in.
Приступаем к соединению.
And now we're going to be making the connections. We copy and concur. Your go to make the connectors.
Не, за ключ может. Подтяни его. Вот так. Есть. Давай, могу держать его.
Okay, let me hold this. Hold it with your hands.
Двигается индикатор, наблюдаю его.
Indicator is moving. It is moved by about 1/4.
Половина.
Indicator is at half.
Напряжение мало, у меня выскочило.
I have a message, voltage low.
Так, ну до конца дотягивай.
Inaudible.
Все.
Okay,
Так, его надо протягивать?
this is done. Do I have to pass it through here?
Олег,
Oleg?
Да.
Yes?
по дисплею какое напряжение? Вот
On the display, what is the value of the voltage? You mentioned voltage is low message flashed.
24.8.
The value is 24.8.
Я включил насос.
Copy. This is after a pump has been turned on.
включаешь и отключаешь.
Yes, we see the voltage fluctuation as you turn on and off that pump.
Так. Значит, теперь крышечку надо снимать.
Okay, so
Да, крышечку, потом ручку.
now we remove cover and then we do the handle.
Да.
Did you complete the tightening until full stop? Affirmative.
Крышечка, короче, и плата мешки со стороны разъема.
The cover must be installed from the connector side.
С этой стороны.
It goes on your side.
Так, крышечка снята.
The cover is off. When glass panes are clear.
Теперь этот ключ надо.
Okay, so now we have to use the tool, and in the meantime, I will close the MLI.
Почти закрыто.
MLI is closed.
Так, давай этот снимем.
Okay, Let's remove this one. Okay, this is to open.
Да.
Oleg, you need to go back towards MRM2.
А что такое?
What happened? Oleg, can you translate across the arm? And what do I do after this? Then you have to go to the airlock.
Так, ну давай, ты помогу.
Okay, let me help you. Oleg, you are going back to the airlock.
Помоги Олегу перескочить через манипулятор.
Denis, please assist Oleg as he translates across the arm. Okay, let us clean up at the work site, finish with the camera, and then we'll start translating. Okay, where do I put the tool? Put it in the crew log bag.
Крылок-бэк ты снимай с себя, оставляй Денису.
Oleg, please remove the crew log bag and hand it over to Denis.
Олег, ты не переживай, сиди спокойно, не волнуйся, все хорошо.
Oleg, please do not worry. Everything is fine. You are okay. Oh, me worry? No way. Okay, here's the tool.
Мы, наверное, в другое отделение. И туда еще эту ручку положим.
Yeah, the handle goes in there too. Okay, let me turn it around.
Давай-ка мы на один карабин, да?
Let's use one hook for both. Okay, the handle goes here.
Нет, он не влазит.
Well, guess what? It does not fit.
Давай сделаем.
What are we going to do?
Вот так.
Okay, let's do it like this. Right here.
Денис, если сейчас не получается...
Oleg, Denis, if you are not able to stow handrails in the crew log bag, leave them temp stowed and let Oleg start his translation. Okay, give us couple of minutes.
2 минуты даем.
Okay, you got 2 minutes.
Это тоже застрахован, да?
Олег.
Давай, отцепляй. Карабин отцепляй. Да.
Oleg?
Да.
Какое напряжение?
Go ahead.
Я тебя слушаю.
What's the value of the voltage on the display? 23.7.
Это уже очень низкое напряжение. Тебе надо принял. Тебе срочно надо возвращаться.
Oleg, you must return to the airlock as soon as possible. Because if you lose power, it is not only the pump and the fan. You will lose comms. So you have to go back. I understand.
Снимай крылок-бэк и возвращайся.
Oleg, drop everything and go back.
Олег, ты идешь по СТУ, а Денис пойдет по...
And Oleg, you will translate via KTU, and Denis will translate via lanyards. And when you are back in the airlock, you will connect the service umbilical and switch to station power. So this is a heads up for you, so that you don't wait for the EV hatch to close. Okay, maybe it's not a good idea to hand the crew log back to you, Denis, because it's a little tangled. Oleg, we will take care of this with Denis. Your objective is to go back as soon as possible. Okay, I will.
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours, 17 minutes into today's spacewalk. Oleg Artemyev reporting a slight fluctuation in the voltage on his Orlan spacesuit. Russian flight controllers directed him to return to the Poisk airlock. Denis Matveev is still outside conducting work in the installation of the second of two camera light unit elbow cameras on the European robotic arm, and will be standing by for further word from the Russian flight controllers on whether or not this voltage fluctuation has any impact on the rest of today's spacewalk.
The U.S. lights will continue operating. Yes, affirmative. Okay, Denis, you detached your tethers here? Is everything okay? Yes, everything is fine. Okay, so now I have to jump across the arm. So here's what we do. I am going to skip over, and you will undo my hook. Oleg, this is Solovyov. Drop everything and start going back right away. Yes, yes. How copy? Copy. So, Oleg, go back and connect to station power. Yes, I copy. Vladimir Alexeyevich, I copy and understand. Immediate return to airlock. Yes, and connect to station power. Affirmative, connect to station power. Okay, Oleg, please start going back. Yes, in work. I'm already putting my legs across the arm. Okay, grab this. Okay, got it. Denis, you going to be okay without this ring?
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours, 20 minutes into the spacewalk. Just to reiterate, Oleg Artemyev, the Expedition 67 commander, working outside with Denis Matveev on the installation of the second of two camera light unit elbow cameras on the European robotic arm, noted an unexpected fluctuation in the battery power in his Russian Orlan spacesuit, and he was directed by Russian flight controllers to return to the Poisk airlock to be put back on internal power from the International Space Station. The Russian flight controllers are assessing whether or not this will impact the spacewalk. Artemyev is in no danger whatsoever. He's very close to the Poisk airlock and will be re-entering the airlock momentarily.
You got plenty of time.
The two spacewalkers began their spacewalk today at 8:53 a.m. Central Time, 9:53 a.m. Eastern Time, by opening the hatch to Poisk, and had completed the installation of 2 elbow cameras for the European robotic arm and the removal of thermal insulation and a launch restraint ring from one of the 2 end effectors or hands on the European arm. The tasks in front of the 2 cosmonauts for the rest of the day included the relocation and connection of an external control panel from one base point to another on the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module, the testing of a torque rigidizing mechanism on the 2 end effector hands on the arm, and some other maintenance tasks and outfitting work for the European robotic arm.
Are tethered to your Orlan, correct? Affirmative. One on the short tether and the other is on the attachable tether. Okay, now let us move a little bit away from this side and secure the camera bundle on handrail 4105. We don't need this bundle anymore because, since it's empty.
Олег, если вдруг у нас потеряется с тобой связь,
Oleg, if we lose comm unexpectedly, select the use of injector if the fan goes off. Okay, will do.
Перейдем.
Денис, давай не за 45, не за 41.05, а за 41.07 застрахуем.
Denis, update on the handrail number. Use 4107 to secure the camera bundle. Okay, copy. Oleg, we lost the image. Inaudible. Please provide voice commentary. Okay, I'm finalizing the camera bundle on the handrail. Denis, Oleg, please provide detailed voice commentary.
Yes.
This is Oleg. I have stepped off Strela. I'm at the EV hatch. I'm ready to ingress. Ingress the airlock and connect to the station power. Copy, ingressing. Battery voltage 23.6. We copy, Oleg. Oleg, a reminder, once you connect to station power, activate ST1 power. Pump will continue operating. Switch to station power. Sublimator will continue operating. We will do the drying once Denis is back in the airlock.
Да, надо на этот самый, на Орлан солнечные батареи, чтобы можно было подзаряжать.
I think we need some solar panels on the Orlans so we can recharge during the EVA. Inaudible. Denis, I am on handrail 4107, moving 0006, moving on to 4107. Okay, secure the bundle as close to the handrail as possible. After this is done, take a break, catch some rest. Okay, will do.
Так, люк закрывать, да?
Okay, am I closing the hatch? Inaudible.
Я аккумулятор поменяю, вернусь. Давай.
Okay, I will swap the battery and be back.
Так, защитное кольцо снимаю.
So, should I remove the protective ring?
Так, Серег, застраховал вкладку максимального.
Sergey, I secured the bundle without slack as much as possible.
This is Mission Control Houston, almost 2.5 hours into today's spacewalk. Oleg Artemyev, the Expedition 67 commander, back inside the Poisk airlock, back on International Space Station power, following an unexpected fluctuation in the voltage, the battery voltage. We're waiting for further word from the Russian flight control team on how we will be proceeding today. Matveev and Artemyev were in the process of wrapping up the installation of the second of two camera light unit elbow cameras on the European robotic arm when this unexpected drop in voltage was detected. Artemyev is not in any danger. He's back inside the safety of the airlock. Back on International Space Station power.
Station power. In progress. So, are you still trying to connect, or you're complete with connecting the umbilical? I have connected the electrical umbilical. What do we do next?
Oleg.
Раз, два, три.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Ну, если ты
Oleg. Yes, Gena.
питание СК-1 на Бове.
Once electrical umbilical is connected, turn on Orlan 1 power on EVA support panel.
Пока не будем подстыковывать, сублиматор будет охлаждение давать.
We're not going to connect the cooling umbilical because the sublimator is still operating. Okay, Orlan 1 power is on the panel. Turning off the loads and transitioning to station power. Gena, after I connected to the electrical umbilical, the voltage dropped to 20.
Cleaning up the work site at the moment.
We still see 23.2. Okay, then there was some sort of noise and it jumped to 26. Now it's 25.9. Your power switch is in auto? Affirmative. That's a mystery. Agree. It's as if something has nudged it and it started showing nominal values. Okay. Still, switch to station power. Shut down pumps and fan. Power switch to station and back. I'm on station power. Copy.
Ну, в общем, регулируй себе тепловое состояние и пока.
Okay, so now adjust your thermal control and then
This is Mission Control Houston. You're looking at a view from the helmet camera of Oleg Artemyev inside the Poisk airlock. He was directed to return to the airlock and place his suit on internal ISS power after experiencing an unexpected fluctuation in battery power for his Orlan suit about 20 minutes ago. Artemyev is in the safety of the airlock, never was in any danger. Denis Matveev remains just outside of the airlock, waiting for further direction from the Russian mission control team in Korolyov as to how we may be proceeding with today's spacewalk.
I should be able to translate by the arm. Inaudible. Okay, I am translating to 4114.
So electrical power is completely connected. Right, and I'm on 1406 now, 1407. Just take your time to get to the area. All right. Unintelligible. All right. Rest for now. I'm not tired. To make sure that take the tether with me, 25 meters. I'm at 4114. So rest for now. Okay, I will.
This is Mission Control Houston. Just to recap, Oleg Artemyev, the Expedition 67 commander, is inside the Poisk airlock on internal International Space Station battery power, having been directed to return to the airlock about 30 minutes ago, following an unexpected fluctuation in the battery power, the voltage readings on his Orlan spacesuit. Artemyev was never in any danger, made his way back into the airlock. Denis Matveev is in the vicinity of the airlock itself. as the two cosmonauts await further direction from the flight control team in Korolyov outside Moscow at the Russian Mission Control Center as to how we intend to proceed with today's spacewalk. The two cosmonauts had completed the installation of two cameras on the elbow areas of the European robotic arm and had removed thermal insulation and a launch restraint from one of the two end effectors or hands of the arm at the time the voltage fluctuation was detected.
Будет светлее. Денис, у нас через минуту выйдет солнце.
In 1 minute we have sunrise.
Хорошо.
All right.
Олег, скажи, пожалуйста, ты выключил?
Oleg, how about Heka camera? Is it off? No, it's on. Do I need to turn it off? Yes, please.
Дверку оставить.
Or it can be kept on. So which one am I turning off? Heka.
Так, это у нас... Вот это, наверное, да?
So this one, I think.
Выключилось.
It's off.
Есть, Олег.
Copy, Oleg.
Денис, как ты себя чувствуешь?
Denis, how are you doing there? I'm good.
Холодно стоять?
Are you getting cold? I'm all right.
Денис, повтори еще раз.
Say it again.
Все холодно.
Inaudible.
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours, 50 minutes into today's spacewalk. Oleg Artemyev inside the Poisk airlock on International Space Station power for his Orlan spacesuit. It was about 40 minutes ago that he detected a drop in battery power for the suit, a voltage fluctuation. Russian flight controllers directed him to return to the Poisk airlock. Artemyev was very close to the airlock, never in any danger. Denis Matveev, his spacewalking colleague, remains just outside of the airlock. The Russian flight controllers are placing the European robotic arm in a safe configuration while we are standing by for further word from the Russian flight control team on whether or not today's spacewalk will be terminated early or not. It would appear as if Artemyev's suit may be in a configuration right now that would not permit the continuation of the spacewalk, but we're waiting for official confirmation of that.
тебя сейчас есть время, можешь пофотографировать.
If you want, Denis, if you have time now, you can take some pictures. Хорошо. Good.
This is Mission Control Houston. Just to recap, Oleg Artemyev back inside the Poisk airlock on International Space Station power for his Orlan spacesuit that experienced an unexpected fluctuation in voltage, basically a drop in battery power, about 50 minutes ago. Denis Matveev is still outside of the airlock itself, as the Russian flight controllers are working to position the European robotic arm in a safe configuration before determining the next step in how we may proceed with the rest of today's spacewalk, which is approaching the 3-hour mark. The two cosmonauts had completed the installation of a pair of cameras for the camera and light units on the elbow areas of the European robotic arm. They had other work to do with the arm, including the relocation of an external control panel. All of that work momentarily on hold, pending official word from the Russian flight control team as to how we intend to proceed once the European robotic arm is configured in the right and safe orientation. At the time that the voltage drop was noted by Artemyev, he was very close to the Poisk airlock, never in any danger, and the Russian flight controllers moved in an orderly fashion to direct him back into the airlock and to place his suit on space station power.
Денис, не смотри в сторону манипулятора. Сейчас будет включаться лазер на камеру.
Dennis, there's a laser up with the arm at this time, so don't look towards the arm. I copy.
This is Mission Control Houston, 3 hours, 7 minutes into today's spacewalk. A view of the Naoka Multipurpose Laboratory Module with Denis with cosmonaut Sergei Korsakov, who is inside the Russian segment of the station as they are configuring the European robotic arm that you see extended in the foreground. Matveev and Oleg Artemyev had been working on a variety of tasks in the continuing outfitting of the European robotic arm this morning during this spacewalk, the 252nd in support of station assembly maintenance and upgrades. Two cameras for the camera light units on the elbow area of the European robotic arm have been installed during today's spacewalk, along with the removal of a launch restraint and some thermal insulation from one of the two end effectors or hands of the robotic arm itself. Almost an hour ago, Artemyev reported a unexpected drop in battery voltage on his Orlan spacesuit. He was directed by the Russian flight controllers to return to the Poisk airlock. He is inside Poisk, hooked up to space station power for his suit, while Matveev does a few cleanup tasks outside. The two cosmonauts awaiting formal and further direction from the Russian flight control team on how today's activities will proceed.
So the boom has started moving. Copy. I'm not looking at it. Or shall I look? Oleg, we are not getting a video from your camera, so just verbally, if you can give us a status update on how you feel, what's going on. Excellent. Just even better than at the start of the EVA. I'm energized, I had a good nap, I had a good rest. That's good. Oleg, thank you. So what are our plans? The manipulator, the arm will go to the base point. And after that, Denis will translate to the airlock. What about the rings? What about removing the rings? No, we will not be removing them anymore. Not this time. Well, at least maybe we should have taken the cargo boom and no, Oleg. The management gave us clear direction to go to the airlock, and that's what we're going to do. I understand. All right.
This is Mission Control Houston, 3 hours, 14 minutes into today's spacewalk.
We will be activating lasers on the cameras of the manipulator. Please do not look at the manipulator, at the arm. Copy all, will not look and copy.
It has been almost an hour since Oleg Artemyev, the Expedition 67 commander, noted a drop in battery voltage for his Orlan spacesuit. He was directed by the Russian flight control team to return to the Poisk airlock. In the interim, the Russian flight controllers have been assessing the systems and the configuration of the European robotic arm that Artemyev and Denis Matveev had been working on in the continuing outfitting of the European robotic arm. The crew was just informed that once the arm is placed into the proper configuration, it is in the process, as you see, of being maneuvered to the correct orientation for the completion of today's spacewalk. So we now will be terminating today's spacewalk early. Denis Matveev will return to the airlock to join Artemyev, who is on station power, hooked up to an umbilical inside the Poisk airlock. He was never in any danger during the period in which he detected the drop in voltage for his Orlan spacesuit. Made his way back into the airlock fairly rapidly, and Matveev continued outside working on a few cleanup tasks. But the crew now has been told that today's spacewalk will end early. We'll be waiting for Matveev to return to the airlock and for the hatch to be closed to mark the official end of today's excursion.
натиск перемещение в сторону шлюзового отсека.
So is the translation towards the airlock? So just start the translation slowly. There is no reason to hurry. Take your time. And then when you cross the camera bundles, just take them with you. Don't be in a hurry. We have plenty of time. Just move along. You are translating by yourself. Therefore, verify the connection, the tethers, and just take your time. Do not be in a hurry.
To recap, today's spacewalk by Oleg Artemyev and Denis Matveev is being ended earlier than had been planned. The decision by the Russian flight controllers to complete the spacewalk ahead of schedule made in the wake of a drop in battery voltage for Artemyev's spacesuit that occurred about an hour ago. The drop in voltage noted at about the 2-hour, 17-minute mark into the spacewalk. We're now at 3 hours, 19 minutes into the spacewalk. Denis Matveev still outside. As you can see in this view, the European robotic arm in the process of being maneuvered into its stowed configuration for the remainder of the day. The two cosmonauts had completed the installation of camera and light unit elbow cameras on the arm and had removed a launch restraint and some thermal insulation from one of the two end effector hands that are at both ends of the 36-foot-long European robotic arm. That's when the voltage drop was detected. Artemyev was directed to go back into the Poisk airlock. He placed his suit on ISS power at that time, never was in any danger. Matveev remained outside to complete some of the cleanup work associated with the tasks that he and Artemyev had completed up to that point.
The most important, Denis, is that you take your time, do not be in a hurry, secure the bundle in such a way that it's not interfering with your translation, and then you'll continue on with moving back to the airlocks. Just take your time. And have you secured the bundle? We copy and we're getting the video from your suit.
нас сейчас оно у балки стрелы, поэтому...
STO is at the cargo boom. When you come closer to the arm, just pay attention to the bundle as well, just to make sure it's not in the way. And then using the lanyard of the Strela, then start moving. It's convenient, it's easy, using the lanyard, take your time. All right, I'm just looking to see how to orient myself better. And if you're getting tired, don't hesitate to take a pause, rest, and then continue translation. Will do. I am on Strela. We copy, Denis.
This is Mission Control Houston, a look at the NAOCA Multipurpose Laboratory Module. At the top of your screen is the European robotic arm that is in the final stages of being placed in a stowed configuration, with today's spacewalk by Oleg Artemyev and Denis Matveev being called to an early end due to a voltage drop in Artemyev's spacesuit that occurred a little over an hour ago. Artemyev was never in any danger. He was directed by Russian flight controllers to return to the Poisk airlock, where he placed his suit on umbilicals to receive power from the International Space Station, while Matveev completed some cleanup work outside, and the arm was being maneuvered by Sergei Korsakov, the Russian cosmonaut, inside the Russian segment of the station into a stowed configuration.
Let me check. So, tool caddy is here. We copy. And small red on glisser. Hook is there. Yes, I confirm. Small red. I got it. Small red with the ratchet wrench. Yes, I've got it.
Small red.
Small red for the equipment and tools during the EDA. I've got it. Small red. Got it. We copy Oleg. That's excellent.
The two cosmonauts work. Two cosmonauts working with the Russian flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center and taking inventory of their equipment. In battery voltage for his Orlan spacesuit that has resulted in an early end to today's spacewalk.
And now
the actual elapsed time of the spacewalk will come to an end with the clock stopping at the time that the hatches closed to Poisk. That will be coming up before long.
So just keep turning. I am. That's good. Excellent. So you got through. That's great. Look at the camera. Just be careful. Yes, I know. You know, the start was so excellent. Yes, and you have just a little bit to translate towards the lower part. I copy. All right. So I guess I need to now start moving towards you. Yes, you need to turn towards the left arm. Now, I'm just consulting with you. What's the best way to do? From the top or from the bottom? Well, try to go towards the legs. No, guys, it's better to do from the top because you have a bundle as well, and there's a lot of equipment. So I can tell you. Okay, do it. Assist me verbally. Okay? All right. Now secure yourself to the ring. Towards that side. Yes. Yes, you were able to move through. Yes, the bundles, of course. That's another factor to consider. I think if you keep moving with your feet like this, I am, and the bundle just went up, forward. Do you think I'll be able to squeeze by? You could. Denis, let's try not to squeeze in there. All right, copy. Okay, if they're saying it's not desirable, let's not do it. Okay, let's just continue this way then. So shall I move up? Yes, that's the best place. Then you'll give me the hook or the bundle, whatever is more convenient for you, the bundle or the hook. Either way. All right. And we'll have the orbital night. Soon. All right, that's good. Just like that. Excellent. Super. No, I didn't catch you. Now I caught the bundle. All right. And I'll hand it to you, and then some kind of a hook. Oh, give me your hook then. Denis, do not go inside yet. Give Oleg the bundle. All right, give it to me. I'm ready. All right, I'm holding it like that, and then I'm securing it in place. Will you be able to take it from your side? Yes, I will. Okay, I'm holding it. Stand by. Wait. Okay, I've got it. That's it. Denis, you are at the airlock. Now, let me kind of dive under. All right, let me figure out where to move, where to translate. That's good. Let me move this way. Stop, stop. Excellent. Very good. And Oleg, we didn't need to have it. It's too bad. But of course it's too bad. But things happen. All right. And then the second one. Please wait, give me just a sec. All right, I'm moving in this way, just like that. And then the camera itself, hand it to me.
One kit is inside the airlock. Okay, hand me the rubber band. Okay, now give me the next one. Yes, like this. Okay. Okay, there you go. Okay, got a hook on. It feels empty. Did we forget something? Oh. I removed the tail, but there was nothing else. Yeah, this is a light version of the kit. Here's the second hook. Okay, hold on. Okay, now... Good, good, good. Well, looks like we will have to do an audit. Oleg, Denis, confirm kits are inside. Affirmative. Copy. Oleg, we're going into eclipse. Before that happens, check Denis's suit for contamination. Looks clean.
This is Mission Control Houston. Denis Matveev is now back at the Poisk airlock, preparing to join Oleg Artemyev inside, following the collection of all of their tools, tethers, and other equipment associated with today's spacewalk, which is at the 3-hour, 39-minute mark. About an hour and 20 minutes or so ago, the spacewalk ran into a snag when Artemyev noted an unexpected drop in battery voltage on his suit. Denis Matveev's suit has encountered no issues during today's spacewalk. With the unexpected drop in voltage, Artemyev was directed back into the Poisk airlock. He was never in any danger. He placed his suit on International Space Station Systems power inside Poisk, where he has been hanging out for the past hour and 20 minutes or so.
Small red on error, tool number 6.
The two cosmonauts, before the decision was made to terminate the spacewalk early, had completed the installation of cameras for the camera and light units on the elbow area of the European robotic arm, and had removed insulation and a launch restraint from one of the two end effectors or hands on the European robotic arm, but that's as far as they went when the Russian flight control team stopped further work during today's spacewalk, directed Artemyev to return to the Poisk airlock, and then began work to place the European robotic arm in a stowed configuration where it is now, allowing Matveev to rejoin Artemyev in the Poisk airlock. As soon as the hatch is closed, that will mark the official end in terms of elapsed time for today's spacewalk. And there's a good view as the International Space Station passes just to the south of the continent of Africa at an altitude of 260 miles. Matveev just outside of the airlock hatch to Poisk on the space-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station.
Because the hook is holding it. Denis, Oleg, we are not getting the video at this point. Please provide voice commentary. Okay. Okay, I'm freeing up space for Denis. Okay, hand me that short hook. Yes, this one. Okay. There you go. Let me hook it up. Now the second one. Okay, got both hooks on. Okay, let me take that kit. Okay. Pressing. Yes, like this. Keep going, keep going. Excellent. Yes. Right there. Bend your legs. Little more. Bend a little more. And spin. I think the legs are interfering. Okay, Denis is inside. So, what do we have here? I think it was the configured.
This is Mission Control Houston. Denis Matveev now back inside the Poisk airlock, joining Oleg Artemyev at the 3-hour, 44-minute mark into today's spacewalk, a spacewalk that is ending prematurely due to a battery voltage drop that was detected in Artemyev's Orlan spacesuit about an hour and a half ago. Once the two cosmonauts prepare the airlock for repressurization, they'll take another check of their tools and tethers, place their suits on, well, Artemyev is already on International Space Station power. Matveev will place his suit on ISS power as well before they close the hatch to mark the official end of today's spacewalk in terms of elapsed time, and then they'll set out to repressurize the airlock. Artemyev, at about the 2-hour, 17-minute mark into the spacewalk, reported an unexpected drop in battery voltage for his Orlan spacesuit. He was directed by the Russian flight control team to return to the Poisk airlock, where he placed his suit on ISS power. He's been hanging out since then, while Matveev cleaned up the work site around the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module and the European robotic arm that the two cosmonauts have been working on earlier today to install cameras on the elbow area of the arm for the camera light units, 2 of them. They were installed as well as the removal of insulation and some launch restraints from one of the 2 end effectors or hands of the European robotic arm. That's when Artemyev's suit was noted to have a drop in voltage, and that is what altered the plans for the 2 cosmonauts for the rest of today's activities.
Steps, removing the protective rings, etc. Understand. Denis, are you already in the airlock? I am inside. Drying has started. Yes, Denis has been in the airlock for a while now. Okay, then please start installing the protective ring. Okay, the drying is in progress. Starting with the protective ring. Please put heat cold switch to the middle position. Copy position 3. Okay, protective ring is off, folded, and stowed. Oleg, Denis, please activate the air kit camera. Okay, so this one, yes, this one. Mine is off. We don't have LED LEDs illuminated. Okay, please make sure both cameras are off. Both cameras are off. Copy. Do you want me to push for you? Yes, like that, under it, around the handrail. Excellent. Talking over each other. Okay. Checking the rubber bands. Oleg, did you inspect the rubber seal on the EV hatch? Yes, we have, and we will take another look, just in case. Yes, please do.
Once again, at the 3-hour, 51-minute mark, Artemyev and Matveev are back inside the Poisk airlock. They're taking one more look around to make sure they have all their equipment before they close the hatch to mark the official end of today's spacewalk. We'll wait for the official hatch closure time from the Russian flight control team in Korolyov before we provide statistics on today's spacewalk and the cumulative statistics for Artemyev and Matveev. Again, their spacewalk terminated early today because of a voltage drop in battery power for Artemyev's spacesuit that occurred about an hour and a half or so ago at around the 2-hour, 17-minute mark in the spacewalk, after Artemyev and Matveev had just completed the installation of the second of 2 camera light unit cameras on the elbow areas of the European robotic arm, which has now been stowed in a safe configuration until the next time that a Russian spacewalk is conducted to continue the outfitting of the European arm.
Oleg, please report the status of drying. Still drying. Left counter is 4. Right counter is 758. 758. And in the Orlan interface unit line, I see 020. Okay, Oleg, your drying is going on per the schedule, and both temperatures will be changing independently, unlike in Denis's suit. Right. It's quite cold in that suit. Yes, it is quite cold. 18 degrees is pretty low. So you overcooled a little bit in the airlock, and now the temperature is 15 or below. And how long is the time I need to wait out? 10 minutes? Yes, 10 minutes. Okay, this means 1 more minute left. Okay. Drying completed nominally 10 minutes. Go for EV hatch closure. Make sure no tethers are in the way. Loosen the tethers. Remove the hooks. Okay, and work. Verify no FOD in the hatchway. Yes, we are doing the inspection now. Yes, please look closely. What time did we go out? So we spent 2 hours outside. Sergey, how much time did we spend outside? 3 hours, 58 minutes. As of now. Okay, we're putting the tool in. Okay, did you release the tether? Yes? Yes. Guys, did you check for FOD? Yes, yes. Everything is in place. Loops, screws, no FOD. We copy, Oleg.
Так, ключик в рабочее. Да, сейчас его, погодите, этот.
Okay, the tool must be in the working config.
Крышку выходного люка к фланцу и
Okay, move the hatch cover to the flange.
This is Mission Control Houston, just passing the 4-hour mark into today's spacewalk by Oleg Artemyev and Denis Matveev, both crew members back inside the Poisk airlock, following the early end to today's excursion due to a low voltage reading, a sudden drop in battery power for Artemyev's spacesuit that occurred at about the 2-hour 17-minute mark into the excursion.
Turn the hatch tool until full stop.
We are standing by for the closing of the hatch to Poisk that will mark the official end of today's spacewalk. With the official elapsed time, we'll be waiting for that number to come from Russian flight controllers outside of Moscow at the Russian Mission Control Center. They directed Artemyev to return to the Poisk airlock after he noted the drop in battery voltage on his Orlan spacesuit. He was never in any danger. Moved back inside the airlock, hooked his suit up to International Space Station power, and later was joined by Matveev after Matveev collected all the equipment that he and Artemyev had been using for the spacewalk to continue the outfitting of the European robotic arm. Additionally, Sergei Korsakov, the other Russian cosmonaut on the Expedition 67 crew, maneuvered the arm into a stowed configuration prior to the time that Matveev returned to the airlock to join Artemyev.
Is it engaging?
Заходят.
Yes.
А ты всех видишь, да? Да, все.
So are you... The hatch is closed. Copy that, Oleg.